Hello guys, SupEvery711 here, and welcome on my third episode of my Rainbow Six 3 Ravenshield campaign world. Let's just start. Okay, Mission 3, Operation Mountain Watch. The premises are that after our operation at the village of Lamoura, despite the area being surrounded by the Swiss police, as we said in the previous episode, some terrorists have managed still to escape Lamoura with some hostages. They have slipped away just before our arrival and escaped via cars. But, nevertheless, at the N90 highway, the lead car are skidded on the slippery iced asphalt and crashed inside the tunnel wall. So basically a pile-up occurred, and the terrorists used the situation to barricade themselves inside the tunnel, with the wrecked cars as additional cover. These terrorists are the last remaining group, the last remaining bit of the unknown terrorists that have sieged inside Lamoura. Although we managed to secure the hostages inside the village, these guys have taken the remaining ones with them, and most likely a convoy was already present downhill for the escape. They slipped out just before the Swiss police could effectively surround the village, and most likely they were headed for the French border. But they must have been, I don't know, disoriented by a storm and took the N90 highway instead. The convoy was proceeding at full throttle when the lead car went off and crashed inside the tunnel, causing a massive chain reaction with all the other vehicles. So a massive pile-up occurred and the road is blocked. They crashed more or less 50 kilometers from Lamoura, and the survivors retreated inside the tunnel structures, barricading themselves inside with the hostages and firing on sight at the pursuing Swiss police. We know that intel suggests that these tunnels where they barricaded themselves were built in the 1930s, and unfortunately they are connected to a whole system of old bunkers and tunnels. The area is in fact perfect for a siege, unluckily, and very dangerous to clear. Most likely the hostages will be located in the deepest and most secure area of the bunkers, with lots of sentries at each entrance. So it's gonna be a real challenge to actually infiltrate inside and save the hostages. Considering that these guys just escaped from the village and that they were part of the same group that was there, we must expect the presence of mercenaries and also well-trained ex-military or ex-militia personnel. So these guys are definitely dangerous and armed to teeth. There is a heavy risk, in fact, of AKs, LMGs and marksman rifles in their possession. Since the other entrance is blocked, we have basically no other options that to either infiltrate inside, or at least attempt to infiltrate, or just knock the front door. In other news, our intervention at the village of Lamoura was very successful. After a very tense siege, both hostages were rescued and suffered only minor wounds. Most of the terrorists were killed during the infiltration of Team Rainbow, that by the way suffered no casualties, so plus points there. In fact, despite the presence of multiple strongpoints and digged-in terrorists, Team Rainbow managed to successfully infiltrate inside the village without being detected. So we were very good at leaving no marks and also infiltrating. Both hostages are okay and now are under the protection of the Swiss police. They've said that their takers have stormed the building, the bank, if you recall, in search for some old records and then back the money and took the hostages. So for some reason, these terrorists were looking for these records. We don't know what was on them, and most likely, well, to cause this havoc, they must have been very important documents for them. Okay, so our orders are to, of course, rescue the remaining IMF delegates and essentially the hostages. And since the infiltration will be very tough, most likely there will be quite a lot of firefights around. It's better to neutralize as many terrorists as possible. Okay, so let's load our plan as usual. Okay, as you can see, I went with the formation of 4-2-2. I will be Carl Aidid, team leader of Red Team again. Also, as you can notice, I've picked more or less the same operators that I've chosen in the previous mission. This is because, logically speaking, this mission takes place only 3 hours after our actions at Lamoura. So, you know, it's highly likely that the same operators that were there, they will be also available for this mission as well. So, why I've chosen 4 operatives instead of, you know, 2? Because considering the environment, the map, and that the terrorists that we're going to face are heavily armed, they are expecting us, and also they are digged inside the tunnel and the bunkers. I've chosen to have more operatives on my team under my command, because you will see better this thing better in the planification room. But as you can see, we are going to sweep the highway section, basically where all the cars, you know, are crashed, where the pile-up occurred. And that area in particular is full of corners where the terrorists may hide or may ambush us. So having 4 operatives greatly reduces the possibility of being flanked or being ambushed by a terrorist, and at the same time we have more guns on target simultaneously. Another good thing about having a full squad with me is that they can cover each other better, better of course than 2 operatives, for example, and also that covering each other, they can also cover me while I advance. So essentially, the main advantages of having a full team in this map are that there is a way less possibility of being flanked and attacked, and there is a less possibility to being, for example, caught in an open area without cover. And at the same time, it increases the possibility of cross coverage between the various operatives in my team. So I think it's a very good choice for this mission in particular. For example, with the green team and gold team, I did a very different kind of thinking, because considering the previous informations that we had, for example, that the terrorists are expecting us, for example, an infiltration is not really possible. I mean, we can try to do a stealthy approach, but I think it's just too risky, and especially with a full team, and especially considering the section that we are going to clear. So what I did is that I've created these 2 teams, green and gold, to attempt to infiltrate inside the bunker and the tunnel, while I sweep it outside and essentially clear the most terrorists in the area. I clear the biggest area amongst these 3 teams. So green team and gold team, they will try to infiltrate stealthily, or at least attempt to. And to do so, a full team is not really necessary. I mean, a full team, when you try to infiltrate, can in some cases be harmful, because you make much more noise. You leave a much more visible signature, because you know, more people equals more probability to be spotted, probabilities to be spotted. And so only 2 operators for each team means that the signature is reduced, and at the same time you have at least 1 operator covering each other at the same time. So it's a very good trade-off of, you know, stealthy approaches and loud approaches. It works, I think, really well, and hopefully it will work also in this mission. As you can see, more or less, for each operator, especially for these 2, I went with a setup that is focused mainly on assault rifles. Why? Because especially for us, for the red team, we are going to fight in a couple of corridors that offer, yes, a little bit of protection, but at the same time a little bit of range is needed. And with an SMG, for example an MP5, just to say one, you don't really have enough range to reach and do enough, you know, damage to the terrorists in time, because the terrorists, I want to remind you, they are heavily harmed, so probably they have AKs, LMGs, RPDs, and etc. So weapons with a lot of range and a lot of damage. And going with an SMG, especially for the red team, it's not really a suicide, but at the same time I don't really suggest it. So what I did, as you can see, is that every operator almost has an assault rifle. This applies also for green team, whereas for the gold team, as I will show you later in the planning room, I went essentially with only SMGs, because their job is to infiltrate in a very, you know, narrow and very, you know, close quarters type of environment, as you can imagine, inside a bunker. So what I did for my operator is that I went first of all with medium armor, because I need at least some protection from pistol rounds and SMGs, and medium armor will protect me just enough to, you know, reply to their fire. And also I have chosen to pick the Arctic camouflage, because we, instead of green team, we are going to be in the open, so camouflage will help us to conceal a bit our position against the terrorists. And why I've chosen the black uniform, the black camouflage for the green team, I will tell you later. So I've picked the Arctic medium armor. For the primary weapon, I went with a very good choice of the Stair AUG or the M4. Originally I was also planning for the G3, but considering that in the last part of the mission we are in a very close type of environment, the G3 it's a little bit too long for that kind of spaces. So the AUG has a lot of advantages compared to the G3. For example, first of all, it's one of my favorite guns ever, and it's very good in this game because it's very compact, as you can imagine from my bullpup gun. It has a great stopping power with the 556 FMJ round, and at the same time you have very little recoil for an assault rifle, almost none, and also from default an optic that guarantees a 4x magnification for the weapon. So basically you have an ACOG from default on your weapon, and in this kind of you know, of environment, of map, having a little bit more of range with an ACOG, you know, with any kind of optic or any kind of longer range weapon is a very good choice, because with an ACOG, with the optic on the AUG, I'm able to almost snipe the terrorists that are behind cars and then trying to, you know, get to cover. So the AUG is a great weapon, good damage, almost non-recoil, very compact, very easy to use. It has a great optic, default optic, and at the same time I've chosen to attach a suppressor because yes, we are not going to infiltrate. I mean, they are going to expect us, so we are going to expect firefights as well. But at the same time, when we are near the hostages, it's better to be, you know, a little bit more quiet, because you never know, the terrorist might pull the trigger, and we don't want that. So every element of my team and of green team have a suppressor to minimize our signature and our noise when we are near the hostage. So not really for the first part, but especially for the last part of the mission. For the secondary, I went with the classic Glock 17 because yeah, I don't really like the Glock 17, although it's, I think, that the most easy gun to use in the game, together with the MP5. It's a good weapon, it works quite nicely, and hopefully we are not going to use it, because the AUG basically can do every task of the Glock 17, but way better. For the equipment, for the gadgets, I went with the classic flashbangs, especially for the last room where the terrorists are protecting the hostages, and then smoke grenades for the first part of the mission when we are on the highway and trying to, you know, go forwards, advance while under fire from the terrorists. So the smoke grenades will give us a little bit more of concealment and cover. This is the rest of the team. You can see that more or less I've picked assault rifles, silencers, and flashbangs and smoke. For the green team, same concept. I went with assault rifles and suppressors, sorry, because their job is to infiltrate, as I said before, in a different kind of environment. They're going to go inside the tunnel, the inside part of the tunnel, and for that reason I've chosen to go with the black medium armor, because essentially they are not going to be in the open at all. They are going to, you know, spawn and just go down inside the stairs that go to, inside the tunnel. So instead of picking the white camouflaged armor as I have, I've decided to give them the black armor, because medium armor, because it works very nicely in their environment, and as you will see later, especially in the tunnel part, in the bunker part, the black medium armor really gives them a lot of concealment, and a camouflage also provides a lot of camouflage in the shadows and so on. So this is the different type of, you know, concept for the armor types. For gold team, I went with a very different concept compared to the red team and green team, because they will try to infiltrate, but at the same time they need to be as stealthier as possible, because they're going to go down a ladder that goes right inside the bunker. So stealth is the key word for them, and to ensure that, I've picked for them the light armor that protects only from pistol rounds, and if you're very lucky, maybe SMGs. because it provides a lot of concealment, especially in the shadows, as I said before, for green team. And at the same time, they don't have the weight to do a lot of noise, so they are, you know, quiet, which helps a lot, especially in the last room where the hostages may be. Okay, so you can see that this is the setup and the formation that I'm going to use for the planning. Okay, so we are going to see red team first. We are going to spawn here. You can see that here. Sorry, here. We are going to spawn here together with the rest of the squad. We're going to go east down this pass and stop here, because here there is a great outlook post where we can snipe the terrorists down below here. So we are going to snipe the guys down here and basically provide cover for the rest of the squad. So after sniping a couple of the 2 to 3 terrorists out here, we are going to go down the pass and inside the highway. This is the highway area that I've mentioned before. We're going to sweep very careful here. Be very careful to check every corner, especially this path here is the most dangerous because there are a lot of possible, points where the terrorists may be. So maybe the smoke grenades, we will use them here and here. After clearing this bit here, we are going to slowly but steadily advance and stop here at Alpha, because green team will go ahead and we are going to do basically a coordinated entry inside this parking lot. Here we are going to rally up with green team and wait for Alpha for gold team. Later we'll show you actually what happens to gold team and green team with these various call signs. So when gold team says that they are on milestone 1 waypoint, we are going to breach inside. Well, not really breach, but at least storm inside. And green team will go left on the left tunnel, and us red team, we are going to go on the right tunnel. We are going to meet in these 2 key points here and wait for Bravo. Again, waiting for gold. When Bravo is the go code Bravo is a go, I may say. We are going to storm in, clear very carefully this area, and here you can see in the last room, this is where almost certainly the hostages will be. So after storming and clearing this very difficult area here, we are going to rally up again with green team, breach on Charlie, and essentially clear this room and take the hostages with us. So speaking of green team, to give you a better insight on what happens at the same time, green team will spawn here with us, and instead of going east down the pass, we are going to open this door here and go down these stairs. This location is very difficult because, as you can imagine, the terrorists, especially here, have a lot of possible points where to hide, and also where to, place LMGs or sniper rifles. So they are going to sweep inside these stairs very carefully, go here, and since this area is a long corridor and it's very dangerous, as you can imagine, one guy here with a sniper rifle can basically wipe out the green team with two rounds. Here they are going to smoke first this corner here, and then at milestone 1 flash the corner and storm inside and clear this whole corridor. Hopefully there will be 1 to 2 terrorists. And yeah, because this area here is very dangerous. It's a very complicated area, and it's very easy to get killed, especially from this side. So green team will clear this corridor, go around, flash the remaining corridor here, again, sweep, flash again this corridor, and wait here at Alpha. When we are here, red team is here, go code Alpha, everyone goes out. We are going to rally up with the green team, as I said before, and wait for gold team. When gold team reaches milestone 1, green team will go inside the bunker area and go on the left tunnel and wait together with us the go code Bravo for storming inside. When everyone is ready, go code Bravo is a go. Green team will storm inside together with us and together with the gold team, and essentially clear this area together with us and place a bridging charge on the last door. When go code Charlie is a go, they will blow the charge, and together we are going to clear the last room where the hostages are. Lastly, gold team, which will try to infiltrate from another point. Here you can see they will go up north on this pass and wait here at Alpha. When, as I said before, when we are more or less here, here, we will, well, I will give them the clearance to go ahead, and they are going to put a smoke grenade down the tunnel to cover their entrance, because this entrance, as you can see in the little camera, has a ladder, so it's almost, you know, the worst possible place to infiltrate, but we need to go there. So they're going to hopefully throw a smoke grenade down the ladder and then go down and clear immediately any threats in this alley. After clearing this alley, they're going to very carefully sneak around this this room, clear it, put a smoke grenade here to cover their movements, especially because this area is full of enemies, of hostiles. Go down to the right tunnel, and then here at Bravo they will wait, they will take point. When everyone is ready, as I said before, everyone is at Bravo, I will go the clearance, and everyone, red team, gold team and green team, they are going to storm inside the room simultaneously, so 3 teams simultaneously storming this room and clear it. Then gold team will just stay here and check that nobody comes from behind. So essentially the final job of gold team is just to check that nobody can sneak up on us, while me, so red team and green team, can just take care of the last room. Okay, so hopefully everything is clear for you. Let's go, guys. You can see again the summary of our teams. I will be, as I said, called Aidid, red team, and let's do this, boys. Let's get those hostages.
Get them into the tunnel, now.
Come on, you've got to get up.
Now the rest of you, move!
They'll be using the cars for cover. Be careful.
Go, waiting. for Alpha. Go, go, go!
Move out.
Hostile neutralized. Go, go, go!
Let's go. Move, move, move.
Green, milestone 1 secured. Fall in.
In formation.
Threat neutralized. Hostile down. Go, go, go!
Eliminated.
Cut. Hostile eliminated.
Green, waiting for Alpha. Threat neutralized. Reform on me.
With you, sir.
Tank hostile neutralized. Status report. Green waiting for Alpha. Gold waiting for Alpha. Alpha, go, go, go! Green waiting for Alpha. Hold position.
Holding.
Gold milestone 1 secured. Alpha, go! Fall in.
In formation.
Gold waiting for Bravo. Green waiting for Bravo. Bravo, go, go, go! Charlie. Charlie, go, go, go!
Mission completed.
Excellent work. Let's get you someplace where you can warm
Hold
up.
up. Holding position.
Thank you.
Come along now, madame. The ambulance is this way.